Hello kids, welcome to our science class. In the previous video we have seen the first type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction, where we have learnt the definition and few examples were also taught to you all. And in that same reaction we had discussed about the exothermic reaction as well, right? Hopefully it is clear to you, and if you feel like something is really lacking, then you can just have a look at that video once again. The link for the same video is given in the description box as well, right? Today we are going to continue with the second type of reaction, that is decomposition reaction. You can open the textbook to page number 8, 9 and 10, right? Decomposition means something is breaking down, right? Decomposition, this word you have heard in the biology section as well, right? So in decomposition, what is happening? Whatever complex thing is there, that complex thing or substance is splitted into the simpler ones, right? Here I have tried to show you the reaction in the simpler word. That is, we have a compound AB, and in the decomposition reaction, what is happening? This AB compound is splitted into A and B, right? So what is the definition of decomposition reaction? It is a reaction in which a compound splits up into two or more simpler substance, right? Now there are three types of decomposition reaction, and they are thermal decomposition, electrolytic decomposition, which is also known as electrolysis, and the last is photolytic decomposition or photolysis. Okay, lysis tells that something is breaking, right? Thermal means something is related to heat. So the chemical reaction, or I can say in the decomposition reaction, when the heat is involved, right? So that reaction is known as thermal decomposition reaction. Please learn the definition. Even this definition is important. Okay. What about electrolytic decomposition? So the reaction in which the electricity is involved, right? So that type of reaction is known as electrolytic decomposition. And the last is photolytic, means the usage of sunlight. Is this clear? So all these four definitions, please note it down in your book and you have to learn it. Even this you can note down in your textbook itself, right? In your textbook the three types are not given separately, so you can note it down in your textbook also, right? Whatever important things I teach you, I want that you note it down in your textbook as well, so that it is going to be easier for you to learn that thing when you sit for preparation of your exams, right? Now we are going to discuss about each decomposition reaction in detail with few examples. So first let us start with thermal decomposition reaction. Hope you know the definition now, that when a decomposition reaction is carried out in the presence of heat, that is external heat is given, right? These three examples are given in the textbook itself, right? The first example, it is the activity 1.5, which you can see in your textbook as well, right? What you all have to do? You have to take about 2 grams of ferrous sulfate crystals in a dry boiling tube, right? Ferrous sulfate, the formula is FeSO4, right? And it is of blue color, right? So when external heat will be provided to the crystals of ferrous sulfate taken in the test tube, what will happen? We will be able to notice some foul smell, that is, some gas will be released, and those gases are nothing but they are sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Fine, you can see the arrow is going up, that is evaluation of gas, right? Or I can say that rising of gas. Fine, and the product will be ferric oxide. Now previously it is of blue color, and then after reaction it is turning white color, right? Why it is so? Because the ferrous sulfate crystals which we have taken, they are having some of the water molecules also, or we can say that they are hydrated ferrous sulfate crystals. Hydrated means in which the water molecules are also present, right? So when heat was given, those water molecules have evaporated in the form of this gases, and this was the product which will be noticed in the test tube. Is this clear? So please note it down in your notebook, right? With this activity 1.5, okay? You can note it down in the textbook also. It is already given actually, but these things, that this is of blue color, this is of white color, it is not given in the textbook. So please note it down. Fine. The next example given is of calcium carbonate, right, which is also known as limestone. So when this compound is given the external heat, it is getting converted into calcium oxide. Now this reaction specifically is used in the industries, right, because calcium oxide is used in the manufacture of cement, right. This can be asked for MCQ, that which element, or I can say which compound is used in the manufacture of cement. So that time you should know that calcium oxide, or I can say quicklime or lime, is used in the manufacture of cement, right. So when calcium carbonate is given external heat, it will release carbon dioxide gas along with calcium oxide, okay. And the last activity 1.6 is given on the same page. Here the same thing you all have to do, that you have to take 2 grams of lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is nothing but PbNO3 twice in a test tube. Supply the external heat. On supplying this, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gases will be released with the formation of lead oxide. Is this clear? This is one of the most important equation asked for balancing also, okay. And the activities which are given in your textbook, those activities can also be asked as the question of 3 marks or so. So it is important to note down everything in the textbook. I am repeating it again and again. Please note it down in the textbook also. And as I said, that whenever we write the equations, below that you need to write the name of that particular compound, molecule or whatever. Okay. So now let us move to the second type of decomposition reaction, that is electrolysis or electrolytic decomposition. Now the next process is the electrolytic decomposition, which is also known as electrolysis. Fine. This is extremely important from exam point of view, because many a times it is asked in 3 marks. Okay. What you will have to do, you have to take a plastic mug like this, okay, and you have to drill 2 holes at the bottom of this mug. Fine. After that, you have to fit this rubber corks like this. Fine. Along with that, you have to insert the carbon electrodes, which are also known as graphite rods. Fine. After that, you have to connect these electrodes with a 6-volt battery. Fine. After this setup is ready, you have to add water in this mug till these electrodes are immersed. Fine. The level of water is also important here. Okay. After that, you have to add few drops of hydrogen sulfide, or I can say sulfuric acid. Why do we need to add sulfuric acid? Because we know water is not a good conductor of electricity, right? So we have to make the acidulated water. You can see here acidulated water, that is in water we have added few drops of H2SO4. Now you have to take water in 2 test tubes and you have to insert those test tubes on these electrodes. Fine. After that, you have to supply the electric current. Okay. On applying electric current, obviously the volume of gas in both the test tubes will be different. We know that water is composed of 2 gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen, right? So when we will apply or when we will supply the electric current into this acidulated water, hydrogen and oxygen gas will be released, or I can say they will be collected in these test tubes, right? more quantity of gas will be that of hydrogen and it will be collected on the cathode. Understood? And here you can see the quantity of oxygen is less, which is collected on anode. Okay, so please note it down in your activity page, page number 9. Fine. You can note it down in your book also that volume of hydrogen and oxygen gases are found in the state of 2:1. This you know in grade 9 we have done, right? When we learnt about the law of constant proportion. Fine. Here I have noted down what do we get on cathode and anode respectively. Is this clear to you? So this is all about the electrolytic decomposition. You have to learn how to draw the diagram also along with the procedure and observation and conclusion. Okay, in the conclusion you have to note down the ratio as well as what do we get on cathode and anode. This is extremely important from exam point of view. Fine. Here one thing is very important, children, that how can we rectify that the particular gas which is released in this test tube is oxygen only and this test tube is hydrogen only. So here one confirmation test is there that when we bring the matchstick, the lidded matchstick near to this holes, if that matchstick will be off with the popping sound, then it will give the confirmation that in this test tube, that is on cathode, right? The released gas is that of hydrogen. So this is the most important part, that how can we rectify the presence of hydrogen in a particular reaction. This is the only way, that if the gas or if that flame gets off with the popping sound, it will give you the confirmation of hydrogen gas. Okay. Now the last type of decomposition reaction is left, that is photolytic or photochemical decomposition, or it is also called as photolysis. Okay, the activity which is given in your textbook on page number 9, activity 1.8. Okay, here you have to take the silver chloride sample in a china dish and you have to first observe the color of that compound. So the color is white. Okay, you can note it down in your book. Next, you have to place this china dish in sunlight for some time. So in presence of sunlight, the white color of this compound will be disappearing and we will be getting the grayish silver metal with the release of chlorine gas. So this is the equation for this activity. Please note it down. Fine. One more is there, that silver bromide, in the presence of sunlight, it will give us the silver metal with the release of bromine gas, and this is used in black and white photography. Okay, so both the things, specifically the second one, it is extremely important from exam point of view also, because many a times this question is asked, that write the equation which is used in black and white photography industry. Fine. Now the next equation which you can see, one small box is given on page number 10, blue box. It is given blue box in my textbook on page number 10, that carry out the following activity, where you have to take 2 grams of barium hydroxide, that is BaOH twice, and you have to add 1 grams of ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl, into that test tube. You have to mix it well with a glass rod and you have to touch the bottom of the test tube and observe whether it is warmer or not. So on touching the test tube, what we will be able to observe, that the bottom of the test tube is quite cooler. Why it must be cooler? Because in this reaction heat is absorbed. Heat is not released, right? So here in such kind of reactions in which the heat is used up, or I can say the heat is absorbed, right, by keeping the surrounding cool, that type of reaction is known as endothermic reaction. Is this clear? In the previous video we have learnt about exothermic reaction, when in the reaction the heat was released, right? Whereas in case of endothermic reaction, the heat is used up, or I can say the heat is absorbed. Is this clear? And after the reaction gets over, what do we get? We get barium chloride and ammonium hydroxide. Is this clear? I have written the balanced equation. You can note it down in your textbook also, right? Here you can see that I have written the double displacement reaction also. Why is it so? Because here barium and hydroxide, ammonium and chloride, here the exchange of ions has been observed. If you can see with barium, which ion has combined? Chloride ion, right? So this is BaCl2, barium chloride, and along with ammonium ions, which ions have been combined? Hydroxide ions here. So here the exchange of ions has also taken place. So that is why this reaction is also known as double displacement reaction, right? So this is all about three types of decomposition reaction we have seen. They are, yes, thermal decomposition in which heat is used, external heat is used, right? Second is electrolysis where electricity is used, right? And the third is photolysis or photochemical or photolytic decomposition reaction where sunlight is used. Is this clear? Right? So hope you will be able to write down the definition of endothermic reaction also, right? The reactions in which energy is absorbed are known as endothermic reactions. Am I clear to you? Now on the same page, two questions are asked. The first question, the solution of substance X is used for whitewashing. Whitewashing, if you recall our last video about the combination reaction where we had discussed about calcium oxide, right? So this calcium oxide is used in whitewashing and the formula is CaO, right? And write the reaction of the substance X, that is calcium oxide, with water, right? So you have to note it down on your own that when calcium oxide reacts with water, what do we get? Yes, exactly, we get calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice. So please solve it on your own, right? Second question, why is the amount of gas collected in one of the test tube in activity 1.7? That is about electrolysis they are talking about, right? So why in one test tube the quantity of gas is more? Now which gas is formed in more quantity? Please recall that diagram. Yes, exactly, hydrogen gas. Where it was collected in which test tube? The one which was with the cathode, right? Why is it so? Because we know that in the formation of water molecule, 2 atoms of hydrogen are used, right? Is this clear? We write H2O. We do not write HO2. Is this clear? So that is why in the electrolysis process we get hydrogen in more quantity. Is this clear? And where it is collected? On cathode. Fine. Even one more word is used for this electrolysis process, specifically when it is used for water. It is also known as downward displacement method. Okay. So this word you have to remember. Downward displacement method is used for electrolysis of water. Okay. Or I can say to separate the gases which are present in water. Am I clear? Why is it so? Why that method is called so? Because we know that hydrogen, it is not soluble in water, and that is why through the process of electricity that gas is released or that gas is collected in the test tube. Okay, fine. So hopefully you have understood what is what is decomposition reaction, its types, all the activities along with the diagram of electrolysis and all the equations also. Fine. We have also seen that what things are used in black and white photography, in whitewashing, in the industry, that is in cement industry also. Fine. So please note it down all these things and highlight those things in your textbook. Okay. Fine. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next video, for the next reaction. Thank you.